All right, let's begin. Let's remember Jagannath ji. kadācit kālindī-tat a-vipina-san gītaka-ravo mudābhīri-nārī vadan-kamala-swād-madhupaha ramā-shambhu-brahmā-marpati ganesharchit-pado Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Mujhe Savye Venum Shirashi Shikhipicham Katitate Dukhulam Netrante Sahachara Kataksham Vidadate Sada Srimad Vrinda Vanavasati Lila Parichayo Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Mahamode Stire Kanakaruchire Nila Shikhare Vasan Prasadanta Sahaj Balabhadrena Balina Subhadra Madhyastha Sakala Sur Seva Vasarado Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Kripa Paravara Sajala Jalada Shreni Ruchiro Ramavani Rama Spurada Amala Panke Ruhamukha Suraindrairadhya Shruti Ganashikha Gita Charito Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Ratha-rūঢ়o gacchhan Patimilita Bhudeva Patalai Stuti Pradurbhavam Pratipadam Upakarna Sadaya Daya Sindhur Bandhu Sakala Jagatam Sindhu Sutaya Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Parabrahma Pīda Kuvalaya Dalotpulla Nayano Nivasi Niladrau Nihita Charanonanta Shirashi Rasanando Radha Sarasavapura Alingana Sukho Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Navaiyache Rajyam Nachakanakamanikya Vibhavam Nayacheham Ramyam Sakala Janakamyam Varavadhum Sada Kale Kale Pramathapatina Gita Charito Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Haratvam Sansaram Drutataram Asaram Surapate Haratvam Papanam Vitatim-aparam Jadavapate Aho Dine Nathe Nihite Charano Nishchitam Midam Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathgami Bhavatu Me Jagannath Swami Nayan Pathagami Bhavatu me. I've been telling the meanings of this, and yesterday we meditated on two meanings. One, who is this Jagannath? Jagannath is Krishna himself. And the Ashtakam starts with meditating on him, sitting on the banks of Yamuna. And what is he doing? He's playing his flute. And when he's playing the flute, all the gopis have come around him and they've gathered there listening to his flute. And while he's playing the flute, he's looking, giving side glances to all the gopis. The gopis are looking at him and he's looking at the gopis. The gopis are like flowers. They get, their faces, they just blossom when they see Krishna playing, and their expressions are so beautiful. And Krishna is sitting in one place, but his eyes are like the bumblebee going and enjoying the bhava, the feeling of each and every gopi. Meditate on that Jagannath who is in Vrindavan, who is doing all these beautiful leelas. This Jagannath is holding the flute in one hand. This Jagannath is wearing the crown with the peacock feather. This Jagannath is wearing a fine yellow garment, pitambari, and with his side glances, he is giving his blessings to all the devotees. He is surrounded by not only the cowherd boys and girls of Vrindavan, but all the devatas, Brahma, Rudra, Shiva, Lakshmi, and all the celestial beings are also come down to Vrindavan just to pay their obeisances to him. May that Jagannath always be the object of my vision. The same Jagannath who is in Vrindavan is now here in Puri. So today, the third shloka, it means Puri, when you see Jagannath Puri, it is near an ocean. And now when you go, of course, there are concrete roads, and so you can't see, and you see, it seems like the ocean is far. But in those olden days, the ocean, you could walk to the ocean. So ocean is near. And in those olden days, from the ocean, there used to be white sand, golden sand, which is coming all the way till Jagannath Puri. So, and this Jagannath Puri is in a hill called Nilachal Hill. So here he's saying, on the shore of that great ocean, within a large palace, atop the brilliant golden Nilachal Hill, here in this temple, Jagannathji resides. But now in Vrindavan, he was with the gopis and everybody and the celestial beings. But here in Vrindavan, he's residing with his brother, Balbhadra, and in between them is Subhadra. So all these three who are sitting together, may they be the object of my vision. All these three, Balbhadra is Guru himself, Balram. Subhadra is Yoga Maya. May she remove all the wheel of Maya. Maybe get that devotional service, that love for Jagannathji. May all these three remove all the illusions from our life. And this Jagannath, who bestows the opportunity of devotional service on his devotees, let this Jagannath become the object of my vision. So today we did the three meanings. Mahamode sthire kanakaruchire nilashikare Subhadra Madhyastha Sakala Suraseva Vasarado. In this temple, all the devatas are there, and they are all serving these three in the temple inside. They are serving Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baldev. May this Jagannath become the object of my vision. And today we are in Ratha-yātrā. Ratha-yātrā with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Radha Krishna combined together. And yesterday, Mahaprabhu went, and there were 7 parties, and a tumultuous sound of kirtan is resounding everywhere. And Mahaprabhu is dancing in these 7 groups. And then he looks at Swaroop Damodar, and Swaroop Damodar sings his beautiful song, and that brings out the bhava of Radha, the feeling of Radha in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Bhagwan Jagannath is sitting in the Rath. Yesterday we heard all that. And there's a competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath. Both are Jagannath. One is the dancing Jagannath and one is the sitting in the Ratha, in the car. So both are Jagannath. And they're competing with each other. And in that thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got into his Radha Bhav and he spoke so many things to Jagannath ji, because Jagannath ji is, that Ratha is resembling the Ratha of Kurukshetra. So we heard Radharani's statements, and today we are going to see what Krishna has to say. The most beautiful part about this whole Leela is one of my favorite Leelas to meditate upon. As I told yesterday also, that we always feel that Radharani he's pouring her heart out. It's very natural for ladies to pour their heart out. They'll cry. Tears will come very easily. But it is not natural for a man to shed tears. Krishna did not come because the situations were not like that. And secondly, he had to do bigger work. Him coming back here, he knew he was adopted by Nanda and Yashoda. His real parents were there. He had to free them. One work after another just kept coming. He killed Kansa. After killing Kansa, life became more difficult. We were still now thinking only one. Life became more difficult. Kansa's father-in-law, Jarasandh, he made their life miserable. He attacked them so many times. To save now it was the duty of Krishna and Balrama to save their entire clan from the attack of Jarasandh. Would have killed them. They had to run away from Mathura, go and hide in Dwarka till the right time came, and then he made, he got Jarasandh killed. Bhagwan didn't leave anybody, okay? He took his vengeance, but with smiling face. He had his own strategies, he had his own style. So one after the other, there were problems that kept coming on. And he was only saving people, busy in serving them. So apparently, like when we read the kathas, it seems like he never met them. But in reality, go beyond the katha, go beyond the story. Do you think they ever get separated? Do Radha and Krishna ever get separated? Impossible. Impossible. Radha is the soul of Krishna. They don't get separated. And in Vrindavan, in Vraja, Bhagwan is always there. Always there. He never leaves Vraja even for a second. Because Vraja, Vrindavan, is his home. Is his home. So when all these leelas happen, the leelas they do to show us what love is all about. To me, at least, I told you I was always crazy for divine love. I was done with everything else. I just wanted to experience divine love. And I always say Jagannath ji gave me that. These leelas, the leelas of separation, are our story. Billions of years as soul, we have been separated. But in reality, we were never separated. Never. I have told you many times that during meditation, many times, there were so many things that I could catch upon of my own life. For me, life is not just this bodily existence, gone beyond. I was always existing. I will always exist. The illusion is completely gone. The temporary existence of life. How many times I have cried in front of God, I miss you. I love you. I want to see you. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding behind the veil? How many times? And the tears would never stop. I could not, now when I'm saying it will be just a 5-minute thing, but it was always there, that hankering. Never, I don't remember a moment I have not thought this thought would ever leave. Crying, crying, crying. Where is he? Where are you? Where are you? To the point it sometimes happened that you want to give up this life. Many times. Why am I even living? If this darshan is not going to happen. Why have I been separated? What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this? Sometimes in anger, sometimes in love, sometimes in separation. I'm yours, you're mine. What is the joy of playing this hide and seek? I'm not liking this anymore. Why are you hiding for so many lives? So this, I'm telling you, many devotees do this. I have also done this. Complained so many times. But in the deepest of meditation, I told you my Sakhi Bhav, my Sachari Bhav, I didn't know anything about it. It was given to me by Jagannath Mahaprabhu. I'll say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Kripa. Chaitanya Charitamrita is the book. I understood divine love from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Till then, I was not understanding. I can say in the worldly language, I was very intelligent, no doubt. But the knot of the heart was not opened. There's a knot in the heart. It's a very subtle knot. And when that knot opens, then that divine love flows in you, gushing like a ocean, like Ganges, gushing as if something just broke. And when that gushes, you're like completely drowned in the divine love. And all in that moment, the satchary form, which I say, I didn't know. And when he showed, because my complaint was tremendous, and for billions of years, I've been complaining to him. And he just asked me one question. Like scenes of my life, like were shown. And in that one thing he asked me, every life you complain, I am away from you, I'm away from you, I'm away from you. Now tell me, was I really away from you? And when those scenes went of so many lives, it's me, the soul. Every scene he was there. It is not that he has forgotten. It is not that he was not there. It was me. It was me. I'm craving for that love, but I had forgotten, and I had put so many layers on my consciousness that I had forgotten myself. And ignorantly I was crying, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Sometimes when I read, like yesterday I was reading and I get into the bhava because the scenes of my own experience comes to me where he showed. I don't know how many. There was a time when I could not figure out what time. I was like, I don't know what's the word. I was spaced out, completely spaced out. You don't know what space you are in. You don't know what time you are in. You don't know. It happens. It happens. The situation inside you. You don't know what is time, what is space, you don't know. Because here everything is being shown. And Bhagwan is talking. How do we explain to the people Bhagwan is talking? People will say, how does Bhagwan look? Let me tell you, he is not black, he is not blue. He's brilliant, 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 brilliant. Very brilliant. But that brilliance condenses in a recognizable form. I've always seen Jagannathji. I was never crazy for Jagannath. Let me tell you, Jagannathji was not my worshipable deity. That brilliance condensed to Jagannathji. Because that form I could relate. If he's showing me my real Swaroop, thus the rasa. One time he showed, that was in the dream though. And the ras was as good as I'm there. But you dismiss it as a dream. But then it goes on. It never leaves you. His face, it never leaves you. So in that moment, that brilliance, so you're asking me what color? I'm telling you, brilliant. I don't know, there's no color to explain that color. I can say white, but brilliant white. And that condenses. And sometimes that brilliant white, it's just brilliant. I don't know how to say. Golden. Calming. And then that condenses into the form that you have seen. And then you relate, okay, this is Bhagwan. And in that moment when I'm saying, why were you away from me? And he said, and he showed those pictures and he says like, was I really away? Was I really away? Now this is the real love. This is love. He was never away. His love is beyond. Is beyond. He was never away. He never leaves. He never leaves. He is your best friend. Always. Forever. And they lived happily ever after. It only applies with him. There's no other love in the world that can satisfy you after realizing this love. The most transcendental, the most divine, the most sublime, the most blissful, the most purest. So yesterday when the tears come because a lot of things goes on in the memories, past memories, it just comes. So I'm saying, people of the world don't realize. Sometimes people, and I don't talk much about my experiences because we are talking about their bhav. So when Radharani is doing this, she is only showing us and she's only representing us. She has said, all those coward boys, all those Vrijvasis, all those gopis are crying for you. Do you realize? We do that. The name, understand this, Radha means the one who worships. His name is that. Another meaning of that is, it is the opposite of the word called dhara. Radha, when you read it reverse order, it becomes dhara. Dhara means a flow, which is downwards. The river, when it is falling like a stream, like, waterfall. So it is coming down. Always the water is coming down. So that is dhara. The flow downwards is called dhara. We are all conscious beings. We are all conscious souls. Our consciousness is come down. We descended. We descended from Goloka, from Manidvipa. We descended down. We came in this body. And our consciousness came down. So that coming down, that descending down is called dhara. The consciousness descending down is called dhara. When that consciousness is descending down, we are in the world. So dhara means consciousness descending down. So dhara. But when we start looking at him, that consciousness starts ascending up. So till now it was dhara. Now it starts going up. Radha. Dhara. Radha. So the consciousness descending down is dhara. Consciousness ascending up is Radha. And that consciousness, which never descends down, even while you're in the world, always with God. That consciousness is called Radha Bhav. So somebody say, Radha is his soul. Yes. Are we not? Mama evancho jiva loke jiva bhute sanatana. Are we not? We are his eternal part and parcels. He is our sakha. He has said that many times. Sakha means friend. So if he is our sakha, are we not his friends? We are his sahacharis. Sahachari means the one who walks together and always serving. He is our part. And he sent us here. For what? To serve him. So the one who serves him is the Sahachari. We came down from those realms because he wanted us to come down. He created this play because he wants to enjoy. And when we play the game with him very nicely, we both enjoy. So Radha Bhav, Sakhi Bhav, Sahachari Bhav. This is what it is. I am his eternal friend. He is my eternal friend. I will eternally serve him. I'll do everything for him to eternally enjoy. This is true love. This is true love. And his promise is also there. I will never ever leave you. Even if you forgot me in billions of life, I will never ever leave you. I'm yours. When the soul and the super soul, when they talk like this, that is called Radha Bhav, Sakhi Bhav, Sahachari Bhav. So Radharani is his Shakti. She comes to show us how to love him. And in these forms, they do different leelas. But Bhagwan does not ever live Vrindavan, not even for a second he lives Vrindavan. Never ever. It appears that he has gone to those places, but he never lives Golok Vrindavan. It's like the sun. Always when the mind gets confused, because we are so used to seeing forms and duality, but you always remember like the sun. The sun has its own position. It's stationary there. The earth is revolving and rotating around it. The planets are revolving, rotating around it. The sun is like that. In my place, it is day. In other places, it is night. But the sun, it's hidden? No, it is there. So Goloka Vrindavan is like that. Vrindavan is like that. These Nitya-lilas are always happening. But outwardly, they do all these different lilas for us. Sometimes we relate with them. The feeling of separation which Radharani had, and she spoke, we felt that. We have that too. So sometimes that is very powerful. Love is, if you have to understand love, unless you have gone through separation, you will not know what love is. If somebody has to experience love, separation is the biggest thing you have to experience. Because when you are separated, you are missing. And when you are missing, you think of your love so many times. You will think of those times you spend with each other. Now here it is divine love. So sometimes it gets, in the beginning of the sadhana, it gets very annoying. What time did I spend with you? I don't even remember you. So that is where this Leelas, when you read Geet Govinda and all those things, they help you. When you are serving them. In the beginning, you don't understand these Leelas, but when you start serving them, according to the Leelas, then slowly, 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 your heart, your consciousness becomes very, very pure. And when it becomes pure, that love will never leave you. You'll always be in that zone. The divine love. So why these Leelas of separation are done? To make you understand what is real love. Real love is experienced only in the process of separation. As long as you're together, you will love, no doubt. But when you're separated, that love just grows. The lover is looking so the hankering. For not even for a second, you will forget. More about love, as we go in Rasa Panchadhyay, we'll understand. But I just gave you, yesterday there was a question, why did he do this? All these Leelas are given to us to help us enhance our love, to make us realize that true love is that where sometimes the person you love is not in front of you. But still, love goes on. How will you hold Krishna? Tell me, how will you hold Krishna? Because his body is Sachidananda. Unless you become Sachidananda, how will you hold him? And don't say, people may say, oh, how do I become Sachidananda? Well, you are Sachidananda. You are that pure soul. You are. It's just that soul you have covered up with so many things. A magnet is attracted towards the iron. But if the iron is rusted, the magnet will not be able to attract. So that love is like that magnet. But our consciousness is rusted with Satogun, Rajagun, Tamogun. The day this goes away. And how will it go away? Only when you crave like this, I love you, Bhagwan. The craving which Radharani is having, the craving which the gopis are having, the craving which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is showing us. I seek nothing but you. She says yesterday, my heart and my mind are one. To me, it is not O-N-E-1. My heart and my mind is V-A-N. V-A-N means one, means Vrindavan. My heart and my mind are Vrindavan. That is what she's saying. What is Vrindavan? Vrindavan is that forest where each and everything is serving Krishna. When you say, my heart and my mind is Vrindavan, my heart is pure always. Mind is the ruler of the senses. All my senses are also serving you. A person whose all senses are serving Bhagwan, his heart and his mind has become Vrindavan. His heart and his mind has become one. Radharani says, she has given us through those songs. My heart and my mind has become Vrindavan. And I know you like Vrindavan. So come and occupy my heart. Come and occupy my mind. And when you occupy, nothing else will come there. Don't keep it empty. It has been empty for a long time. I was probably deluded. She'll go in this bhav, okay? What I'm saying, it'll come. She'll say at one point to her Sakhi that, Sakhi, I loved him so much. But every time when he left, she says, every time I got angry at him, possibly now he's showing me what that anger is all about. It's a different bhava. They do these roles to increase the bhava, to increase the feeling of love for them. All right. So this is a little bit about the love. Now let's see what Krishna has to answer. The beauty of Krishna answering, oh my gosh. He makes me fall more in love with him. Suniya Radhika Vani Braja Prema Amane Ani Bhave Vyakulita Nehamana Vrajera Vrajaloke Prema Suni Apana Kerini Mani Kare Krishna Tare Ashvasana. After hearing Srimati Radharani's statements, Lord Krishna's love for the inhabitants of Vrindavan was evoked. And his body and mind became very perturbed. Meaning, Bhagwan wants to say, you are not the only one missing me. I am also missing you. After hearing of their love for him, he immediately thought himself to be always indebted to the residents of Vrindavan. Then Krishna began to pacify Srimati Radharani as follows. Prana priye, prana priye, prana priye suna, morai satya vachan, toma sabare smarne, juro mohi ratri dine, mora dukkhana, jane ko na jana. मोरा दुख ना जाने कौन जाना. Radha. So beautiful, I can't even tell you. Just transfer your mind to Vrindavan and then transfer your mind to Dwarka. He says, Radha, my pain, nobody knows. At least you all are there in Vrindavan. At least you all will share your pain. You are amongst your known people. One Sakhi may talk to the another Sakhi, Radha, you may talk to Lalita and say, Lalita, I am missing Krishna. And Lalita will say, we are missing Krishna too. At least you can go to Ma and talk. At least you will be able to vent out. For me, everything just changed overnight. I grew up thinking Yashoda is my mother, Nanda Baba is my father, you all are my friends. I grew up thinking I will be living in Vrindavan is my home. Overnight, I was changed, taken to Mathura, knowing that I belong to this dynasty. Now I have to protect the dynasty, protect my father, my mother. You at least had your own people to talk. I didn't have my own people. Do you realize that? You're getting Krishna's plight? He was taken from there and put here. Where do I go and vent out? Where do I go and cry? Who will understand you? Because nobody knows you. Nobody knows over there. That's a city. Who would care who is Radha? Who would care who is Lalita? Who would care about my childhood games? Who would care? Where do I go and talk about you? I loved you so much. I kept you inside my heart. I can't even open my mouth and talk to anyone. The only person who asked me, Uddhav saw me crying one day. And he saw me crying many times. Uddhav was the only one whom I could talk. And Uddhav asked me, why? Why are you crying? You have everything here. So many queens. So many luxuries. Uddhav knew. I could only talk. Still, I could not talk about you openly. I would say gopis. In my sleep, one day Rukmini heard. I was, day and night, I only think of you. You know it. I meditate on you. You know it. In my sleep, I was saying Radha, 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 and I was sleeping with Rukmini. Rukmini got up. Do you know Rukmini's pride was shattered that night? She thought, I loved her so much and I do love her. She thought, I got her from that kingly assembly. That night she was shocked to hear me saying Radha, Radha in my sleep. It troubled her so much. She wanted to know about Radha and I just ignored it. I didn't speak a word. I was like, maybe it was just a dream. It just came out. Leave it. But she knew because I was crying. So she went And she was asking, who is Radha? And everybody said, if you want to know about Radha, go to Rohini Maiya. Rohini Maiya has come from Balram, Subhadra. They will be able to tell about Radha. Even we don't know. But we know there was some Radha whom he loved so much. That was when he was living in Vrindavan. But we do not know who Radha is. And then Rukmani went to Rohini, mother of Balram, Subhadra. And Rohini was telling about Radharani to Rukmini. That's how Rukmini wanted to come and see you. Who are you? I am telling you, Radha, you may, yes, whatever you said is right. And I'm forever indebted to the love that all of you have given. That love is the most purest love I've ever experienced. I've never experienced a love like that. That childhood love, that innocent love. I am forever indebted to you. How much all of you love me, I cannot reciprocate. I have told people I reciprocate. I do reciprocate to my devotees in the way they love me. But in your case, and in the case of the gopis, in the case of every Vrijvasi, I am telling you, I am forever indebted. I cannot return you. I'm forever, I cannot return that love again. I cry day in and day out. But the only thing is, you can show the tears. My cries are inside. I am speaking the truth. I cry day in and day out simply upon remembering all you inhabitants of Vrindavan. No one knows how unhappy this makes me. Vrijvasi jana, mata pita sakha gana, sabhe hayamora, prana sama. तारा मध्ये गोपी गणा साक्षात मोरा जीवन तुम्ही मोरा जीवन नेरा जीवन. All the Vrindavan inhabitants, my mother, my father, my friends, everything else are my life and soul. And among all the inhabitants of Vrindavan, you know how much I love the gopis. And out of all the gopis are my life, and you are my soul, you are everything. You are the very life of my life. Toma sabar prema rase, amake karila vashe, ami tomara adhina kevala. Toma sab chhadaya, ama dur deshe laya, rakhiye chadur dai va prabhana. I will only say I am very unfortunate. My Durdev. My dear Radha, I am always subservient to you in your love. I am only under your control. My separation from you and residence in distant places have occurred due to my strong misfortune. Priya priya sanga hiya, priya priya sanga vina, nahi jiye. Satya pramana mora dosha shone yabe tara ei dasha be ei bhaye duhe rakhe prana. When a woman is separated from her man, from the man she loves, and a man is separated from the beloved woman, neither of them can live. It is a fact. Still they continue living for each other. You know why? If one dies and the other hears of it, he or she will also die. So I know I am holding myself. How many times have I thought? I fought strongly with all the enemies. I want to hold my life because I never want any news to go to you that I am no more. Because if the news of my losing in any battle or not being victorious would go to you, I know what will happen to all the inhabitants of Vrindavan. So I lived, and I know you also have lived the same way, thinking that that's the same thing, that if we die in your separation and the news comes to me, it will shatter me. That love between us has kept us going and living like this, even though we would not want to live even for a second without each other. Such a loving, chaste wife and loving husband desire all welfare for each other, even in separation, and do not care for personal happiness. Desiring each other's well-being, and such a pair, because we desired for each other so much, for each other's well-being, we were continuing our life. Then the universe has to intervene because we both desire to meet each other. And such a pair certainly will meet again without delay. राखीते तुम्हारा जीवन सेवियामी नारायण तांड्रे शक्ते ये आशी नीति नीति तोमासने क्रीडा करी नीति यद यदुपुरी ताहा तुमी मनहा मोर स्फुरति. You, O Radha, are my most dear, and I know that in my absence you cannot live for a moment. Just to keep you living, I worship Lord Narayan by his merciful potency. I come to Vrindavan every day and enjoy pastimes with you. And I return to Dwarkadham. So here he has given the hint that I come to Vrindavan every day, and I go to Dwarkadham. Thus, you can always feel my presence in Vrindavan. So you hear the Bhavar Geet, the song of the bumblebee. So he's indirectly giving a hint. I'm always there. Sometimes in the form of bumblebee. Sometimes in the form of the Krishna Mriga, a deer. I'm there in the trees, the tamal trees. I'm there in the wind that touches you. I do come. Our love affair is more powerful. Mora bhagya mo vishaye, tomara ye prema haye, se prema. परम प्रबल लुकाया माने संग कर्या तो मासने प्रकटे हानि बे सत्वर. Our love affair is more powerful because of my good fortune in receiving Narayana's grace. This allows me to come there unseen by any. I hope that very soon I will be visible to everyone. I have already killed all the mischievous demons who are the enemies of the Yadu dynasty. And I have also killed Kamsa and his allies. But there are 2 or 4 demons still living. I want to kill them, and after doing so, I shall return to Vrindavan. Please know for this for certain. So you're getting it? He was stuck in his work. He can't return. Situation of all of us. I wish to protect the inhabitants of Vrindavan from the attacks of my enemies. That is why I am in my kingdom. Otherwise, I am indifferent to royal position. Whatever wives, sons, and wealth I maintain in the kingdom are only for the satisfaction of the Yadu dynasty. Your loving qualities always attract me to Vrindavan. Indeed, they will bring with me within 10 or 20 days. You waited for so long, but few more days. And when I return, I promise, we shall both enjoy day and night, along with all the gopis in Vrajabhumi. And while speaking to Radha Rani in this way, Krishna became very anxious to return to Vrindavan, and he made her listen to a verse which banished all her difficulties, which assured her that she would again attain Krishna. He told a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Mai bhaktirhi bhutanam amritatva kalpate dishtya yadasin mat sneho bhavati nam madapanaha. He's telling it to all of us. All of us. He says, devotional service unto me is the only way to attain me. My dear gopis, all of you, okay? My dear gopis, whatever love and affection for you, you have attained me, you have attained for me by good fortune is the only reason my returning to you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sit in his room along with Swaroop Damodar and taste these topics day in and day out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so the Ratha-yātrā is going on and all these topics have happened, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken in his bhava to give us this lila. So today we can talk and we can experience the bhava. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced completely absorbed in ecstatic emotion. While looking at the face of Lord Jagannath, he danced and he recited these verses. No one can describe the good fortune of Swaroop Damodar, who is always absorbed and who is singing these verses for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The senses of Mahaprabhu is identical with the senses of Swaroop. It happens between the student and the teacher. They become like each other. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to become fully absorbed in tasting the singing of Swarupa Damodar. In emotional ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sometimes sit on the ground and looking down would write on the ground with his finger, fearing that Lord would injure his finger by writing in this way. Swaroop Damodar checked him with his own hand. Swaroop Damodar used to sing exactly as per the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked upon the beautiful lotus-like face of Lord Jagannath. He was dressed up in beautiful garlands. Lord Jagannath. Dressed with nice garments, ornaments, and his face was glittering from the rays of sunshine, and the entire atmosphere was fragrant. An ocean of transcendental bliss expanded in the heart of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the symptoms of madness immediately intensified like a hurricane. The madness of transcendental bliss created waves of various emotions. The emotions appeared like opposing soldiers staging a fight. Bhavodaya, bhava shanti sandhi sabalya sanchari satvika sthai stha swabhava prabalya. There was increase in all the natural emotional symptoms of Mahaprabhu. Sometimes he would be very peaceful, sometimes he would be there'll be mixed feelings, sometimes joined, and transcendental and prevalent emotions just came out. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body appeared very transcendental, just like an Himalayan mountain bearing ecstatic emotional flower, and all of them are blooming right now. The sight of all these symptoms attracted everybody's mind and consciousness. Indeed, the Lord sprinkled everyone's mind with nectar, transcendental love of Godhead. He sprinkled the minds of the servants of Lord Jagannatha, the government officers, the pilgrims, the general populace, and all the residents of Jagannath Puri. Upon seeing the ecstatic dance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became astonished in their hearts. They all got infatuated with the love of Sri Krishna. Everyone danced in ecstatic love, and great noise resounded. Everyone was overwhelmed with the transcendental bliss just by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing. Apart from others, even Lord Jagannath and Balram began to move very slowly just to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dance. Sometimes he would just stop to see him. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing and wandering in this way, He danced and danced and danced and danced, and then he came and he fell down in front of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Maharaj Pratap Rudra had waited for so long. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already in his heart accepted him. So after that wait, today was the day. So Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy. He's dancing, dancing, dancing. And Chaitanya and the Rath is coming, and the Rath stopped. And Mahaprabhu in his ecstasy went and he fell down in front of Maharaj Pratap Rudra. Maharaj Pratap Rudra just saw Mahaprabhu and he just picked him up with great respect. And when he picked him up, so Mahaprabhu is in the king's hand now. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened his eyes. He came back to his external senses. And Mahaprabhu is saying, Raja Deki Mahaprabhu Kare na Adhikara Chi Chi Vishayira Sparsha Haila Hamara. He acted it out. Mahaprabhu. He said, oh, how pitiful is that? I've been touched by a person who is interested in the mundane affairs. Not even Lord Nityanand Prabhu, Kashishwar or Govinda took care of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he fell down. Anybody would have taken care, but no. Mahaprabhu wanted to be in Pratap Rudra's hand and fulfill his innermost desire, but externally he has to act it out like this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was already satisfied with him, and for the king had accepted the service of cleaning. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually desired to see the king. However, just to warn his personal associates, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu externally expressed the feelings of anger. King Pratap Rudra at that time became frightened when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said like this. Sarvabhauma looked at him and said, don't fear, don't worry, it's okay. And then Sarvabhauma informed the king that the Lord is very happy with you. By pointing you out, he was teaching his personal associates how to behave with mundane people. And Sarvabhauma again said to the king, do not worry. Today he has come like this. Maybe in future, I will again plead to him and it will be easy for you to come and meet the Lord. After circumambulating Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went behind the car and then he started pushing the car with his head. As soon as he pushed the car immediately started to move, making rattling noises, and the people started saying, Hari, 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 Hari. As the car was moving, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took all his associates and he was moving in front of the car. And after finishing the dance before Baldeva, Subhadra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came before Jagannath's car, and upon seeing Jagannathji, he started dancing again. And from there, they reached to a place called Balagandi, and Lord Jagannath stopped his car and began to look left and right. On the left side, Lord Jagannath saw a neighborhood of Brahmanas and a coconut grove. On the right side, he saw a nice flower garden resembling those in the holy place of Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees were dancing in front of the car. Lord Jagannath stopped the car, watched the dancing. It was customary that food be offered to Lord at this place. It's called Viprashashan. And innumerable dishes were offered to Bhagwan. All kinds of devotees of Lord Jagannath, from neophytes to advanced, they all offered their best food to whatever they had cooked. Those devotees included kings, the king, his minister, his queens, other friends, and everybody. All the visitors who had come from other places also, and local devotees also, they all offered prasadam. So much prasadam was offered. And while the food was being offered, the large crowd of people gathered. And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped his dance and he went to a nearby garden. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered a nearby garden and immersed in the greatest ecstatic emotion, he fell flat on the raised platform there. The Lord was very much fatigued from the hard labor of dancing, and there was perspiration all over his body. He therefore enjoyed the fragrant, cool breeze of the garden. Yata bhakti kirtaniya asini arame prativikshatale sab karena vishrame. So after, the Bhagwan is going to be taken down in that Vrindavan area, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in this area. All the devotees gathered with him. and they all took rest under this tree. And thus we come to the conclusion. He says, I have described this performance of the Ratha-yātrā chanting as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced himself, and in his prayer known as Chaitanya Ashtaka, Rupa Goswami has given a vivid description of Lord's dancing before the car. There he says, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced down the main road in great ecstasy before Lord Jagannath, the master of Nilachal, who was sitting in his car, overwhelmed by the transcendental bliss of dancing and surrounded by Vaishnavas who sang the holy names. He manifested waves of ecstatic love of Godhead. When will Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again be visible to my vision? Anyone who hears the description of the car festival will attain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He will also attain the elevated state by which he will have firm conviction in devotional service and love of Godhead. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yar Asa, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishnadas. Praying thus at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, 13th chapter, describing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic feeling at Lord Jagannath's car festival. So we come to an end of 13th chapter. Tomorrow we will begin with 14th chapter, performance of Vrindavan pastimes. So more and more beautiful things are coming up. So we'll end up the class here. No comments. Radhe Radhe to everybody. May all your day and night be Chaitanyamay. And we'll see you tomorrow.